So in the last few videos, we've looked at how we're creating match sessions, how we're reviewing duplicates in a manual process. In this video, we're going to look at how we set up rules to start automating that review process and automatically selecting the best record. So the best way to go through that is set a rule and show you in a real life example. So what we'll do is we'll move in to define those rules, and how we do that is go into the settings and go into our master record rules. We can define master record rules for accounts, contacts, or leads because obviously the rules will be different. So we'll start with accounts. And to start off with, I've put the most simple rule as the account that has been modified on most recently. So I've pulled this date field in. The account that's been modified on most recently or newest will be the winner. So let's apply that rule. Let's go back now and test this. So we'll go into this session. Let's go and review a group. Let's expand these. Go and pick a group. Review this. And now let's go and make a change to this duplicate number 1. And let's go and add 1 on this telephone number. Save this. Ignore this. And now let's go back, refresh this group. Scroll down and we'll be able to see the modified on date. So here we've got this record that we've just modified. I've changed on the 22nd of January 2021, and it's got the most recent modified on date. Now this is a very simple rule, but when I press auto promote here, it's going to go and analyze under the rules that we've just defined to go and select the best record. So let's go and auto promote. And what we should expect is this duplicate number 1 to go into the master account. Let's confirm that. You can see now auto process complete, and this record has now been moved across because of the rules that we've defined in the master record rules. Now let's go back and speak about how we can make slightly more complicated or slightly more sophisticated rules on how we're selecting our best record. So each data type has a different rule. So if we're looking at simply a string and we pull this in, then string we can say that does it contain data, is it a string value? So are limited on the number of rules. However, if we're applying a date rule, so like this one here, we're saying is it the highest, is it the newest or oldest date? If we go and look at just generic, not generic, maybe a Boolean, true, false. Is the field yes or no? Okay to email or do not email. We can say that the winning record is always the record that is yes or no, depending on the criteria that you define. So a whole set of criteria here on how we're going to build up the best record. If we go on generic, we could even say, well, which record is most complete? So we could pull this rule in and say, the record that is most complete gets a score of 20 points. And that's the criteria we're going to use. We could say the owner of the account, if the owner is, and let's define this, let's go into the lookup. And you're obviously going to get all of your CRM users. Let's just say enterprise sales. Enterprise sales gets 10 points. So we'll add that. And now we've got the rule